Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Bobby. Thanks for being here.
Thank you as always, Ed.
Yeah, great. What is it today? Tuesday. What's going on with you? Anything new?
Well, you talking work related, real estate stuff, or family?
I guess there's a lot there then.
Yeah.
Uh, a new baby coming?
No, no,
Okay.
no new babies coming.
All right. That's good.
No. We had one of those long weeks, but it's been good.
Yeah. As a family kind of thing, you had some
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. You probably don't want everybody to know about it, but everything going to be okay?
Yeah. I got some follow up appointments, but everything's looking good. So
That's good.
yeah.
That's good.
How about you, man?
Let's see. Next week on this day is my book launch.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of people want to know where I'm going to put it. It's going to be online at all your online retailers everywhere that day. So it goes live, I think, Monday night at midnight East Coast time or 1 a.m. Because it's really they release it on Tuesday. So whenever Tuesday starts. Go ahead.
Now, strategically, is there a reason Tuesdays
It's just, I don't know. That's just what they do. I mean, and I know because I use Scribe Media to help me, and that's self-publishing. And a lot of people don't understand, like I'm going to be eventually in the bookstores. That's my plan, but there's a big cost involved to do that if they don't sell, you have to buy it back. Not that I'm worried about that because I've sent it out to a bunch of people and they've said that it's, will help a lot of people. It's in the first time home buyer, never bought before, understanding certain things. I even had a couple people who bought before and they were like, this is just really, a lot of people need the information in this so they understand to move forward. And I've had a couple of owners of different real estate companies say, I want to give this out to all of our clients.
Yeah,
so that
awesome.
way they understand the process and it'll make it so much easier for our agents. Plus, I'll make it easier for any loan officer who wants to hand it out. Because I don't say use me in the book. I just write about what the process is. Because a lot of times we talk to clients and we might forget one thing, right? Explaining stuff to them. This way, if they read the book, none of that happens. Plus, they should read it before.
Well, I like that too, because one, that's going to tell you the motivation of the buyer, right? Like if they're really that interested in getting educated on purchase of a home. Yeah. And like you said, you don't want to miss anything, right? So there's been times where I meet, say a new buyer, right? And they're super excited and they want to write an offer right away. I'm like, oh, normally I have like a consultation. That way I can go over stuff for about an hour, right?
Right.
So then I'm like running through my head. I'm like, did I forget to tell them about something?
Right. And I get it, but it's going to help a lot of people to start the process, to understand it, to see that they can do it. Because a lot of people come to me that think they can and can't, and then other ones who come to me who think they can't and they can. You know what I mean? It's just understanding. And the ones who can, it's just about today. How do we get you to where we want to be? Yes, I know it's kind of a different market right now. It is a first-time home buyer market to a certain point. Over a quarter of all transactions are first-time home buyers.
Yeah, which is awesome, man. I love working with first-time home buyers and seeing them get into their first home.
Right. But he even will help somebody who hasn't bought in 10 years, or, you know what I mean? They bought before, lost a house before. I've been through the process. It's different now. It's easier, but you still need to understand the different disclosures we have. And I talk about the disclosures. I also talk about the contract a little bit. I don't talk about a ton of it about the contract because I don't write the contract, but I want them to understand what they're getting into, that it is a legal binding contract that you sign when you write a real estate offer.
Yeah. And us as, agents, we're supposed to really explain that and express it to our clients, like that we're not playing real estate. We're writing an actual contract. So if they accept it, it's legally binding. And that normally once you mention that, they go, okay. Ooh. Okay.
Well, it's funny because in some sales books, to help people in sales, they say, don't call it a contract, call it an agreement, call it something else, because it could scare somebody. I get it, but you want people to understand that once you get into this contract, you have these certain things you have to get to and do, and meet these, the loan contingency, the appraisal contingency, inspection contingency, all those contingencies. You need to meet those while you're the buyer. Where for a while back, it didn't matter. You just released them and you still did the inspections, everything else, but you just released everything.
You just hoped everything went through, and then since you released contingencies, if you found an issue, like, well, okay, now I got to fix that,
right? So. And it's going to be, but eventually we'll probably be back there by 2024, because we're still so short in inventory. And if I'm hearing, there's certain price points that are just still flying off the shelf.
Yeah, so anything that's in the first time home buyer territory, we're seeing a lot of action on. So believe it or not, there are some homes that are out there that are listed, around 360 to 400 price range. And
That's not necessarily Modesto, right?
No. So
that's like out in the county.
yeah. So showed one over in Waterford, and they intentionally listed a little low to draw some traffic, but they already have like 6 offers on it. So that's something we haven't seen in a while.
Right. Well, it's becoming more affordable.
Yeah.
Right. The affordability as rates have decreased over the last few months and will continue to do that. We're going to see more and more people come out because every 1% drop in interest rate means 2.5 million more people come back in the market nationwide, and 30% of that's in California. So that's a lot of people.
Well, and people are just seeing that there's an equilibrium to the market now, and it's not as volatile as they thought when they just raised interest rates.
Right. Everybody thought we were having a bubble.
Yeah.
All we did is slowed the appreciation value.
Yeah.
Not the value has not gone down. Yes, some people were like, well, I got to get rid of my house, so I'm doing this, right, to get out because they had some reason in the past. But most people have no reason to, unless they have to move. Will they take a low price offer?
Yeah. Well, I had one of those recently where, just kind of with the change in the market and, maybe seller wanting to ask a little too much for the house. The first one I had to, give the listing back, man, because it just wasn't working in this market,
Right. Well, eventually,
yeah,
maybe down the road. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try it again later on once things balance out and,
Right. And a lot of buyers got to a point in the last few months to I don't want to say take advantage, but they wanted more and more and more than being fair, because it was almost like they were doing to sellers what sellers did to them a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And, I know we discussed this before, but man, when you have someone advising you to write, 10-15% lower than what list is, honestly, in my opinion, that's just bad real estate advice,
especially in a market like ours.
Yeah.
I could see that in Las Vegas, where new home builders have 20 to 30 homes done, and they still have 76 lots to develop, and they want to get rid of those 26 homes so that they can put that money into those other lots to be developed, and they need to move them because they got tied up inventory. They need to move it. They're making deals to do that, but eventually that in 6 months from now will all be gone, and you're going to have a lost out.
Yeah. So if you're going to Vegas, do it now, right?
Well, I'm just saying, if you're going to if you're thinking about moving again, because a lot of people are like, I can't move now, the prices went up. Well, right now is a good time to get deals in Las Vegas, Idaho, Texas, everywhere. Not Florida, because people have not stopped going to Florida.
Yeah.
But the other states where people were going to and then slowed up, they build homes. They have some extra housing, and you can get a really good deal. Friends of ours moved from the East Coast to Las Vegas, and they got let's see, the house was $820. I think they got it for $630, and they got $30,000 in incentives to buy down rate and all this other stuff. Yeah. The guy that Courtney Buford, the real estate agent, he's like, I couldn't believe it. It was ridiculous what they were willing to do. It was at that point where they needed to move some homes because they wanted some cash flow. Yeah. So it worked out, and new builders, that's how it works. So.
Well, and real estate timing is everything, right?
So timing and location.
Yeah. Because there's certain people that, like you said earlier, people that lost a home during the Great Recession, those people are jaded, and obviously the timing was not right, but there's lots of protections in place now. So.
It's a different world. There's so many people. And the reason we're not having a bubble is we're short homes nationwide, even though in certain markets there's, some extra homes right now, but on an average, we're still short 4.5 million homes nationwide. And in California, right, if we look at Modesto, we used to build 1,000 homes a year. Now we're building 100.
Yeah.
We can't even, so that 1,000 homes a year was back, for years. And we have more people, more stuff now. We need to build more homes. And that's the only way we can get more affordable is to build more homes.
With doing open houses, ever since the interest rates adjusted, right? The one thing I hear from everybody is that, we're in a market bubble and it's going to crash. And, I know we've discussed this multiple times, right?
Yes.
But
yes, we have.
The only thing that changed about this market was the narrative, right? So we've always had low inventory.
Sorry.
We have slightly a little bit more than we did in 2020 and 21, right? But not much. We're still
we
low.
don't. Actually, we were looking at numbers a week ago for January. We had 144 homes sold in January, and we actually had 72 selling this January.
So like last year in 21, right? We had
Last year was
like,
22, just so you know.
oh yeah, 22. Hey, sorry, man. 4 kids. But
Kid brain.
we averaged like 0.9 months in inventory, right?
Right.
So now we're like 1.7,
Right.
right? So people like, oh, the inventory doubled. No, we're still incredibly low. But perception is what changed, right? Yeah, affordability changed a little bit, but there was strategies to counteract that, right? With like rate buy down stuff. So yeah.
It just took a while for people to get that rate buy down back in there and do all the stuff that you can.
Yeah.
And now even sellers are like, okay, I plan on giving money towards, closing costs to get them to help them out. And it's a better market. Just don't take advantage of the market.
Yeah. Well, and some sellers right now are, no matter how much we tell them things have changed, they're still in the mindset of, you know what, my house is the best house there ever was, and I'm going to get more than what I want for it, or more than what I list it for. And those people we're seeing actually kind of dig in their heels and say, you know what? And I got a text like this the other day. I was going to show a house, and the agent said, hey, sellers want me to let you know they won't go anything below list price. They're not going to give any credits, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to pull the house off the market on Monday if they don't get an offer they're looking for. So I'm like, well,
all right,
let's go and cancel it. Yeah, that house is overpriced, which is why it hasn't moved.
Well, if they wait till 2024, they'll be able to sell it.
Yeah, depending on where they're going, right?
Well, I'm just saying that it could sell their house. I'm not saying they're going to be able to buy a house where they're going.
Yeah,
that has no relevance to my statement.
Yeah, you better go hit Kentucky or somewhere like that where you can still get.
Well, you better go buy now. That's the thing, is buying now is you're going to get such a deal wherever you're going, except for Florida. But you also have to understand that the people here are going to get somewhat of a deal, right? You can't get the highest price for your home. And this is not what it was 2 years ago, where people were getting the highest price for their home and then moving somewhere and getting a low price for that home. They were still paying over. It just was so much lower than what we were getting. They could pay cash and a lot of other things before. Yeah. Now prices have moved up. But now is still a great time to sell and move to wherever you want to. I know rates aren't the greatest. They're not the lowest they've ever been. We're probably never going to see 2% interest rates. So don't act like they're coming back anytime soon. This is average rates right now. And they're going to get a little bit better over time, refinance, and then they get maybe a little bit better over time, and you refinance again. It's just a matter of where we are in the market.
Yeah. Like say we see 2% and, even like, high 2, low 3, right? We probably have some economic issues going on.
We'd have another thing where everybody thought they were going to die.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. That's what happened. People forget we were at a point where people were so scared that everybody was going to die. Right?
Yeah. Not till the next time.
Well, yeah, in 100 years from now, maybe.
Yeah.
Even if but by then we probably won't even have money.
Yeah.
If it keeps going the way we go with this government, we won't work, we won't do anything, but they'll pay us to survive. I don't know how they're going to pay for it, but
yeah, it's like Wall-E, right?
Yeah.
We'll all just be so fat that we have to move to outer space because we can't move on Earth, right?
Is that what it is? Is that Wall-E?
Oh, you never seen that?
No.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's yeah.
It's no. I finally saw the Minion movie over the weekend with the grandson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the new one.
Good stuff. Yeah.
That was funny. Or the Rise of Groot or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, that's pretty much all I have. It's a great time to buy. It really is. You just have to be okay with what you can afford and just go for that.
Yeah.
Right. If you have to, you might have to move in the county. That's not a bad thing. It's a slower life. It's not, you just work with your agent, work with your loan officer. And if you want some information on how to do all that stuff, get edsbook.com. That goes right to Amazon and it'll take you there on Tuesday.
Excellent, man. Thanks so much.
It takes you there right now, but you just can't. Pre-order.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reason you can't pre-order is if you pre-order, they don't count those in your book sales.
Gotcha.
Because it's before the date your book launched.
Gotcha.
Which is ridiculous. It should count.
Yeah.
Because you can't fulfill it until the day that it launches. Follow me?
I agree.
But anyway, I can't change the world. I can only change me.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, make it a great day. Bobby, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Ed.
And we'll see you all on Thursday.
All right.